Hi everybody, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to write and prepare a business seminar that's going to get you more clients. Hi and welcome back to the channel. Business seminars can be one of the best ways to show your credibility to your niche markets. The challenge most people have when developing a business seminar is they try to follow something that they may have seen as a participant rather than looking at it from a mechanics point of view. What do I want to say? What do I need them to hear? And what do I want the outcome to be? This is the approach you want to take when developing business seminars to use in your prospecting. I have 5 points that I go through myself and with clients to make sure that we're doing it properly. GoCEO has over 60 training titles that we do, and all of them follow this exact same format. And the part I think you're going to like the best is most business seminars developed with this process can be built in under an hour. Let's jump into the first point. The first thing you want to do is determine which topic or subject your prospective clients most want to hear from you. Consider what you do that is different from everyone else, either by the way you look at things or the way that you do things. Most of our business content, including these videos, is a practical approach to doing complicated things in a way that is completely different from what you might learn from business books or business school. That tends to be the viewpoint that we put out into the world, and so you'll want to determine what subject and topic and what way of delivering it will best reflect what you bring to the table as a professional. The second step is to decide what to share within that topic. As you're starting to build out your seminar, don't try to build, something that would be 3 or 4 days worth of content in 45 minutes. Normally 3 to 5 main points is a good rule to follow in order to do about a 45-minute seminar. So consider what are the 3 to 5 most important things for you to share to that audience, and then put them in sequential order where they make sense. Remember that all sales is storytelling, so your seminar should be telling a story that has a natural beginning, middle, and end. As you're putting your presentation together, the third step is to remember to avoid many of the pitfalls that blow up business seminars for the person delivering them. The first one is an overshare. Just like what I talked about in the previous point, trying to squeeze 2 or 3 hours worth of content into 45 minutes. It overwhelms the audience, it makes them feel uncomfortable, and in their mind, to them, it reflects that you are probably hard to work with. So avoid the overshare. The second one is to not be overly smart. And so my friend Dan calls it smart guyitis. Trying to showcase to your audience how smart you are using business jargon or statistics or other stuff that the average person can't understand. By you making yourself look smarter than your market, it makes them feel dumb and they won't want to work with you because they won't think they're at your level. Always bring down the information that you're sharing so that the average person can understand it and engage with it. The third pitfall is to rely too heavily on technology. I have been screwed over too many times with PowerPoint to the point where about 7 or 8 years ago, I decided to go fully analog. If I'm up on stage, I will use a big poster board to make my notes, and I will share those notes electronically with participants later. But I don't rely on any technology other than a lavalier mic and a speaker system. But even then, I have a big enough voice that if that's not working, I can, in most rooms, get my voice to the back. The fourth thing to avoid is questionable humor. Some people will make jokes about politics or different socially sensitive things, thinking that they're generally acceptable. They're not. With the recent presidential election in the US, there are people on either sides. It's not a good practice to make a joke about any candidate or any party. Keep that stuff to yourself and try to keep it really neutral. Anything that might be questionable, keep off the plate, unless you're intentionally looking to polarize people, which I'll put a link to the video where I actually talk about how you can profitably be polarizing, but it is more of an advanced model thing to think about. And the last pitfall is trying to seek feedback or asking the audience if they're having a good time. You as a professional know if you're doing a good job or not, and so don't ask others how you've done, ask for feedback. You could ask other professionals what they thought, other people that are presenting, but to the average audience, when a presenter asks for feedback, it suggests they're not confident in what they're doing. Step 4 is the simple process of developing and delivering content in a way that will engage your audience. And we use a 3-step approach. Signpost, which is you telling them at the beginning who you are and what you're going to tell them. The second is content, where you are sharing the information that you intended to give to them that day. And the third part is context, how they can take the information you've just shared and implement it however you want them to. This 3-step approach makes it really easy for the audience to know who you are and what you want to share with them what you wanted to share with them, and then tell them how to use it. The context part is key to engaging the audience, because rather than just telling them what they need to know, you're telling them what they need to know and how to use it. It's the difference between me giving you a math textbook and saying, here, this is what you need to know, and me walking you through the textbook explaining how the math is applicable in the real world. And the last step is a call to action. You don't ever want to do a business presentation where there isn't an outcome for the audience to follow. In these videos, my call to action to you is to give you something to do, to ask you to follow and subscribe to this channel, and to ask you for comments, right? Any questions that you have, you're welcome to come in. This creates an ongoing engagement with the audience, both online, but when presenting in person in the boardroom or even on Zoom, depending on how you're delivering. I want you to think about what your call to action would be. What we will often do is we will say there are 2 types of people in the audience, people who take immediate action on things and people who need to simmer. Those people that need to simmer take all the time you need in the world, and if you have questions, you can email them. Within the next 30 days, we'll do our best to answer them. But for those that have immediate action questions that want to know, how do I implement this content in my business, you can drop us an email and we'll schedule a 15-minute quick phone call to answer that question for you. The reason why we do this is we like entrepreneurs and professionals who take action. So we reward them with some in-person engagement where the rest of the audience, which is probably about 90%, who need to simmer and think about things, will try to address their questions by email later. That's a prime example of a call to action. You'll want to think about what yours is. So here is your actionable from this video. Number 1 is I want you to make a list of 10 subjects that you could talk about, that you have expertise in, and that you think your market would be interested in. The second thing I want you to do is to outline what that seminar would be. And so signpost is easy, right? Because here's who you are, here's your experience, and here's what you're going to talk about. But then think 3 to 5 things that you would share with them, which is the content, and then revisiting those 3 to 5 things, explaining to them how to use that information now that they have it. Finally, at the end of that, you would write down what your call to action is. What do you want them to do? Call you for a follow-up, buy your book, watch your YouTube channel, engage in some way. Make sure that that's in there, because a lot of great speakers forget their call to action. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. That's your call to action. Remember to subscribe if you haven't to the channel, another call to action. And remember, gladiators eat first. Not a call to action, but something to remember. I will see you in the next video.